Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are building some ports, but our cash situation is alright. So, we're very nearly at the point of being able to build the railways that we want to build. So I think it's time for a military expansion. Let's build up some land armies. I'm going to put in 2 more units of infantry here, and 3 more units of artillery into this army. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit more infantry over here in Sardinia as well. So this is going to be a 10-8-8 army. Actually, 10-6-4 army is what I was trying to say. And I'm going to do the same thing with our other army over here. I actually don't want necessarily that many more lancers. So 10-6-4 and I think just 10-6-3. And I want to go 2 buck wild here. So this is going to cost a significant amount, but it's going to be worth it because I think the thing we need in order to be considered a unification candidate from the perspective of our lovely nation formation thing here is we need to be a major. Law debate failed. So sad. It'll be easier after the election once the agrarian party's gotten a lot of power. Although, the landowners will have some power themselves. France is damaging relations. France, how could you? Overly enthusiastic partisans. Supporters of the right have gone beyond simply campaigning for their own party, harassing and sometimes physically attacking opposing partisans. I'm a simple party man, that's all. I know who I like, and I know who I don't like, and I know I want my people to win and their people to lose. Crack down on the right-wing activities, or let the right partisans continue unmolested? Weaker petite bourgeoisie. We'll crack down. The right is currently in the clutches of reactionary political parties, and I desire that they should fail. So we're going to need to keep an eye on France. France has become belligerent. Okay, well, I guess I picked the right time to increase the size of my armed forces then. Once again, right, but soon I will have railways, and then I'll be able to increase my everythings. Can I make a motor industry? I can. Let's go ahead and queue that in, because I'm going to need that in order to be able to run a bunch of railways. Obviously this cash flow looks very bad, but this is just because the private sector is not using any of the construction capacity because they are they're not investing while we don't have the infrastructure to handle increasing the size of the anythings. Come on, give me a good event. Give me something nice. Give me an advance event. Give me a debate event. Give me something good. Give me a good debate event. Don't give me one of those awful debate events. Or an advance event, something like that. Opposition members for 4 debates. Beautiful. More pragmatically inclined members of the landowners, currently opposed to the passing of homesteading, have offered to change their stance were they to be offered certain political concessions. Such concessions would not be popular with the intelligentsia, however. Compromise makes a good umbrella but a poor roof. It is a temporary expedient, often wise in party politics, almost sure to be unwise in statesmanship. Acquiesce to the demands the bill must pass. Intelligentsia salty, 10% increased success chance. Compromise is a tool of the weak. Reduce enactment time, reduce enactment chance. Intelligentsia happier. Or a prime opportunity to break the bill from deadlock. One entire phase, intelligentsia furious. Extra enactment time further down the line. I'm going to go with the first one, which I almost always do. Alright, let's do a government reform here. So, I think we're going to put the left out. Wow, gosh, that's not what I expected. Hold on, let's There we go. That's what we expected to see. So let's put the far left out. Or maybe we'll put the left out in yeah, we'll put the left out for now. We'll keep the far left around. It's actually more legitimate with the left than with the far left. But let's keep united under our radicals. This one's a little funny. Alright, so we got a lot more success chance now. We got some more stall chance as well, but that's okay. Catholic Church are now powerful. Industrialists, petite bourgeoisie are no longer powerful. Rural folk are now powerful. Man of war shortage. Okay. So, these things happen. Killing myself with this, these railways. Would you be interested in some kind of, defensive pact? This is interesting. Countries don't... Russia and Prussia have a defensive pact. How did that happen? Anyway, once our power projection for military is a little better, we're going to have a much easier time getting defensive pacts. Part of the reason our defensive pacts our ability to get defensive pacts has been very bad is because we haven't had the military strength. Like, no one's wanted to actually get defensive pacts with us. Ooh, canneries. That's wonderful. Now we can start canning. It's better with fish. Home affairs up to level 2. Wonderful. Let's build some more luxury furniture. That'd be productive in our market, right? I'm just building luxury furniture for no... I am building luxury furniture for no reason. Time to remove export tariffs. Let's do export subventions, in fact. Sell it all to the world market. Farmers Co-op champions homesteading, seeking to eliminate the need of middlemen by bringing together farmers, laborers, and shopkeepers in a cooperatively owned business. A newly formed farmers cooperative in Savoy, desiring to improve the lot of their constituent members, have used their considerable local influence to push for the enactment of homesteading. Each family had come together, whether they made chairs, picked fruit, or tallied who sold what. It was agreed that the best chance of the future was to wrest control of where everything went. Fruits and furniture would stay under everyone's reach. Vegetables and vanities would be sold at fair prices, with fair splits going to those who stocked the shelves. It would never be much, but nobody would go hungry either. Peasants influencing Turin? How quaint. 10% enactment chance. Or laud their business model as a vision for tomorrow's world. Stronger rural folk. Loyalists among the peasants, laborers, and shopkeepers. I'm going to do the second one. I'm feeling pretty confident with my success chances here. Oh, that was a big spike in loyalists. Wonderful. Excellent. Wow, standard of living is going way, way up. So one thing I've noticed is that, like, these bars are, I think, are broken now. I think these bars don't work, because I feel like recently in particular they've been getting a little silly. Generals misfired a cannon. An affair between Lorenzo de Marmona and Ignazio Theon de Ravel's spouse has reached our ears, threatening to affect his public image if we don't destitute the general. As if being caught in the act wasn't enough, Lorenzo La Marmona stepped from the bath to see a telltale rash spreading. There was only one liaison he was seeing. Now there was no denying it, not after the general's very flesh betrayed the affair. We still need a general, and these are personal matters. Ignazio Theon de Ravel gets syphilis. 10% chance he also becomes an alcoholic. Lorenzo La Marmona also becomes syphilitic. Catholic Church becomes salty. Or we can't trust a man like this. Lorenzo de La Marmona will step down. Ignazio Theon de Ravel gets syphilis. Catholic Church becomes happier. I'm going to do the second one. If I can keep the Catholic Church a little happy, that'll be fine. Doesn't seem like we've changed up much. Political migration. The rich and unstable political environment in Sardinia-Piedmont has proven attractive to political exiles and stateless people, who have begun to congregate in the coffee houses of Turin. Oh, Turin, you flawed yet fiery jewel, where else could one see 3 different demonstrations within a 5 minutes walk? They're welcome to join the sea of voices, extra prestige, extra radicals, and the former king comes back to the country. Or these people make a mockery of Sardinia-Piedmont. I'm going to let him come back. But only to live here. You can't lead interest groups here. And there, at long last, is railway. Beautiful. So, let's get ourselves a heckin' railway. One here, and the private sector is already building a second in Sardinia. Not fast enough, in my humble opinion, but it is what it is. The Despot of Vienna. Opposed to the arbitrary and illiberal rule of the Kaiser of Vienna, the Catholic Church have fallen in with the Anti-Austrian League. To all those who cherish liberty, Austria under the boot of that pernicious Kaiser stands out as an example of the very worst successes of despotism. In no country is the indomitable right of every soul to strive towards its own destiny obstructed as it is in Austria, and in no country is a greater threat found to our own liberty than in Austria. Austria must fall, for if it does not, we will fall in her place. Down with tyrants, down with Austria. Catholic Church joins the Anti-Austrian League. Or sometimes a firm hand is needed to govern well. Catholic Church gets mad. I'll do the first one. They can be part of the Anti-Austrian League. I am going to depower the Catholic Church eventually, but it's going to take some time. Alright, we're still building up our barracks. And as you can see, we are slowly increasing in prestige, and this is moving us up the ladder. I really would like to be ahead of Japan. Pete's sake. I mean, they're a much bigger country than I am, but still. Still a little rough. Anyway, the more power projection we can get from army, the better. Discord within the Catholic Church. An influential faction within the Catholic Church has grown frustrated with their co-members' neutrality on the topic of homesteading. Themselves in favor of the law, they've now resolved to form a separate political faction intent on passing it. How can you all stand idly by and watch the world pass before your eyes? Have you no sense of honor, of duty to your fellow man? I say nay to such lack of ambition, and I dare say I am not alone in this. With their support, the bill shall pass, extra enactment chance, Catholic Church slightly weaker, or the intelligentsia extend an open hand to these mavericks. Slightly less enactment chance, 10% versus 15%, but much weaker Catholic Church, much stronger intelligentsia. I'm going to go with the second one. That just seems like a sensible way to go here. Oh, city of plenty. The most prominent citizens of Piedmont high society have been seen organizing luxurious parties in the new and lavish urban buildings. Marble walls, shimmering stone, the noise of people coming and going brings the city back to life, and we didn't even know it was dead. Tall buildings cover the sunset, kids play with bricks, smoke blends with the clouds, and a distant bell announces the next train. Progress is coming. Let them celebrate. 10% of upper and middle strata pops become more loyalist, or the party will never end. 25% instead, but minimum standard of living for the upper strata goes up by 3. Now, in order to figure out if this is the right call, we look at population. Upper strata is prosperous. Their minimum expected is middling. So, I'm going to say the party will never end, because I can easily keep them above 22 standard of living. No trouble whatsoever. And that is going to make governing much easier. Golly, look at all those loyalists. Okay, so watch this. This is going to... Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. It's Borked. It's Robert J. Borked. Alright, so that's something I need to... This isn't burden of command. I can't just report this to the devs. I mean, I'm sure there are avenues by which you can report a bug to the Victoria 3 developers, but I'm not doing that right now. That's not my bag. Next thing I'm going to do is build some more frigates. Let's get up to a 12-8 armed force. We'll do we'll build 4 of these in Sardinia. And then for man wars, we'll do 1 in Sardinia and 5 in Piedmont. One fewer in Piedmont, and then 1 more frigate. All right. I got it sorted. I'm very smart and good at video games. Can support more declared interests. Oh, that's a good bark. Let's put 1 in South Germany and 1 in North Germany. Oh, Poland is a whole. Did they change up the interest things? Oh, I hate this. Bureaucratic imbroglio. Lawmakers working towards the enactment of homesteading have found themselves mired in a particularly complex set of bureaucratic proceedings, grinding the work towards reform to a near halt. The fully developed bureaucratic apparatus compares to the other organizations exactly as does the machine, with the non-mechanical modes of production. That is to say, the teeth of its individual gears meet in a chord, or its gears will gnash and churn until it eventually breaks. I can say, damn this labyrinthine legal system, reduce enactment success chance, increase enactment time, or I can cut through at least some of the red tape. Increasing enactment time, 10% of bureaucrats in Piedmont become more radical, reduced bureaucracy. I'm going to do the second one. That's going to run me completely out of bureaucracy, which means I'm going to need to pick between these two. I think I'll leave law enforcement at level 3 for now, and then I'll let Home Affairs get up to level 3 as well, and that'll be fine. That'll be just fine. I'm not going to be worried about that. France, I can't believe it. How dare you, sir? Anyway, let's see what I can do to go after some of these other countries. Nah, Austria's still protecting them. Well, that's okay. Surely the Risorgimento event chain will do everything, will allow me to accomplish all that which I desire. Is the private sector building that railway in Sardinia? It is. Alright, beautiful. Man-o-war shortage in the Piedmontian market. That's fine. Oh, I also need a railway in Savoy because we've got a shortage of infrastructure here as well. So, hydraulic cranes. This allows bulk trading for trade centers. Let's see what. Let's see how that goes. Ooh, I could do public trams. Let's do that. That's nice. Railways will do wooden passenger carriages. Bulk trading, increased trading quantity, increased merchant marine use. Alright, we'll go ahead with that. Shortage of engines. Someone else already built a railway here somewhere? Oh no, it's the freaking... I'm so smart. That's okay. 24 more weeks and then we'll be able to implement that. No problem. North Germany interest deactivated. What happened? Someone goof up my giblets? My giblets! How dare you! Landowners every time Sardinia-Piedmontese government tries to do a thing. Artillery shortage. Popular playwright endorses reform. In the midst of the debate surrounding homesteading, one of the country's leading playwrights, strongly associated with the intelligentsia, has staged a widely acclaimed play whose politically laden theme makes no secret of the author's desire for the law to be passed. The man's viewpoints may be somewhat partisan, but sir, you cannot argue with his prose. Homesteading will be on everyone's lips now, 10% enacting success chance. Sure puts the intelligentsia in a good light, 10% stronger intelligentsia. Well, let's ensure the play gets a wider international audience. I really, really want that wider international audience. Because I'm trying to get my prestige up. We'll do it. Give me the prestige. So that puts me at position number 10 in the rankings. Now that I am in position number 10, I am the unification candidate. Alright, that's beautiful. So, A lot of things are going to happen at once here. First, I can do the Treaty of Turin. I am at peace with France. This will give away Savoy and Piedmont Provence. But I'll get an obligation from France. I hope... Wait, I can just form Italy. Oh, man. Oh, look at all this. Hell yes. Peace in our time pilled. Oh, I don't even need to launch a unification plan. Yes! Hell yeah. Risorgimento. Under the heroic leadership of President Angelo Carniani, the Italian nation has been birthed into the world. Unified under a common banner, Italy will surely shape the future of Europe and the world. Yes, young man, Italy owes to you an undertaking which has merited the applause of the universe. You have conquered and you will conquer still, because you are prepared for the tactics that decide the fate of battles. To this wonderful page in your country's history, another more glorious still will be added, and the slave shall show at last to his free brothers a sharpened sword, forged from the links of his fetters. Viva Italia gains claim on a bunch of Italy gains a claim on a bunch of territories held by Austria, or we will never forget our brave rural folk. Rural folk become 35% stronger for 10 years. So this one's 20% extra prestige. This one's stronger rural folk. I'm going to go with the first one. I like the prestige. So, I am now in control of all of Italy. I am very short on bureaucracy, and that is causing a huge cash flow problem that I need to deal with. Let's start by privatizing all the things.
Privatize!
We're just gonna go through production methods and sort things. Naval bases, we need power of the purse. Our urban centers, we're going to market squares and gas streetlights. Government admins, we're going to standardized filing system. Logging camps, we're not on sawmills everywhere. That needs to get fixed. Decent spread of hardwood production, we'll deal with that in a little bit. Not doing fishing trawlers everywhere, we need to fix that up. After this, I'll go back up to the top. I'm not going to miss you, industrial buildings. Don't you worry. Wooden passenger carriages everywhere. Trade centers will do bulk trading. Alright, that's the bottom. Construction sectors. For Pete's sake, everyone else was... Well, not everyone else was using wooden frame, but many were. Alright, so I'll do that. Now, to slide back up through this stuff, sulfur mines definitely need atmo pump engine and nitro. No, we won't do nitro. We don't need that much sulfur right now. Or was it lead we were over on? Well, let's wait for a minute. We'll see how we're doing with sulfur. I got a lot of sulfur mines. Iron mines, atmo pump engine, and nitro, that's a no-brainer. Livestock ranches, slaughterhouses, and increased wool gathering. Wheat farms, soil enriching farming, and we'll leave this other stuff be for now. Paper mills, sulfite piping, tooling workshops, steel tools. Boy, howdy. Some places were down bad industrially. Glassworks will go up to the higher level stuff. Furniture manufacturers will keep them where we've had them. Dye workshops everywhere for the textile mills. I didn't mean to do craftsman sewing everywhere. We'll prioritize non-luxury in quite a few places. I don't want to be too buck wild with luxury clothing because I don't have that big of a market for it. And then finally, pot stills, canned fish, and sweeteners for all my food industries. Alright. It's going to take a second, and there's the Risorgimento achievement. I am desperately short of a lot of things, so let's go ahead and start building up. Risorgimento completed. I got the event already. So, I need fertilizer. And I need it real bad. Let's build up Tuscany. Tuscany's got a good, healthy population. Actually, yes, Tuscany has sulfur mines. So this is a good place to build up fertilizer plants. I'm going to need more steel mills. I've already got a steel mill. Where have I got steel mills? Only in Piedmont. Alright, so we're going to build up. Gosh, I certainly don't need railways more than I need all these, naval bases more than I need all this other stuff that I'm about to build. I need more ammunition, and I need more engines, and I need more iron. Wow! I'm really, really short on iron. Where do I have iron capacity? Let's take a look at our lovely list of buildings. A lot of places. Calabria, certainly. Savoy will build up. And we'll do a couple more in Tuscany. And we will intersperse them with our other stuff. And then I need government admin as well, because I'm costing myself a ton of money that I can't afford to be costing myself. Where am I short on taxation capacity? Campania. Tuscany, Emilia, but not Romagna. Okay, so I need 1 level in Emilia, 2 in Tuscany, 4 in Campania, and I think 2 in Apulia. So, 1, 2, 3. And that's gonna start chipping away at the shortage of my giant cash flow problem that I'm currently having. It's okay. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this together. I got a bunch of authority to play with, actually. Not sure how that happened, but let's throw some consumption taxes in there. I'm gonna do services once again. And then we'll do luxury clothes, luxury furniture. We got a much more normal pattern of taxation now. I've got a lot of shortages in the country, but we're going to be getting there. First, we're fixing the taxation capacity thing and the bureaucracy shortage, and then everything else will be all right. Public address goes awry. What was meant as a routine speech about the merits of homesteading by Angelo Carniani has quickly devolved into a public relations disaster for the rural folk. Fumbling his way through a series of poorly presented talking points, Angelo Carniani's arguments have been viciously and convincingly picked apart by his political opponents. The question on everyone's lips now is merely if this mishap was down to the inherent failings of homesteading, or can be chalked down to the political incompetence of the rural folk. It's this poorly thought out proposal, minus 15% enactment chance. I don't want that. Carniani must take the blame for the setback. Slightly reduced enactment chance, reduced popularity, rural folk weaker. Or scrap the current draft to make a show of a rewrite. 1 setback, but 10% extra enactment chance and increased enactment time. I'm going to go with the third one, actually. This is rare for me. But I feel like 42% is a good solid amount. And with 27% advance chance, I'm feeling pretty... Okay, this is weird. All right, yeah. Let's not faff about with this. Gosh, I sure am short on bureaucracy. This situation is pretty tough. Let's take a look. First Army needs another leader. Afonso Ferrara de Marmora. Yeah, he seems good. Throw him in there. I got a couple of rural folk guys. This guy's a romantic and a radical. We'll put him in. And we got an industrialist guy, he's an authoritarian. I don't like that. Cheap bourgeoisie guy, he's a radical. Bring him in. Okay, cash flow's getting better. Cash flow's getting better. We got a lot of unrealized taxes right now, but it's improving. We're the number 7 great power in the world. Heck yes, I did it. So good at things. Alright, where else are we? Still a little low in Apulia because they're not fully employed yet. Alright, that is what it is. Bureaucratic capacity is going up. Let's get a little bit of government in anywhere there isn't any, just to make sure that I've got capacity later on down the road. Well, let's not go too buck wild with this. We'll put these motor industries at the top of the queue. Hey, we're finally in study. Wonderful. Sicily's got some, and Calabria needs a couple as well. I aim to be a government which governs. How's my navy? Still pretty small overall. But compared to many of the world's great powers, I'm still a young great power. I'm below the United States, though only by a little. I guess Italy was not as developed a region as it could have been. But, I mean, that's why we had to unify, right? We need to pool our resources for a stronger country. Uniting our nation is the first step. The next step is becoming the greatest power the world has ever known, again, after we did it the first time. That having been said, fixing the rest of the country's problems, which I have now inherited from all these other states, is going to have to wait until next time, because that is all the time we've got for this episode. My nerds, I have had a great time. I did it Risorgimento. I'm feeling pretty pleased. I hope you all have had a good time as well. First Italy. Today Italy, tomorrow the world. But for now I will see you on the other side.